So, sir, what is your name and where are you from? Why are we here today?
I am the bodyguard, formerly known as Big Coco, and I'm here to talk about executive protection, personal protection, security, the bodyguard world.
Right. And where are you from?
I am from South Central Los Angeles, 60th Street, Normandy Avenue, Dinker, Slauson, Western. You know, all them streets that people be talking about that
Right.
ain't never seen, ain't never been to.
Right, where Nipsey be talking about.
Right, streets that I walked up and down as a kid.
Okay. So, and let the people know, why are we here today? What do you do? What are you talking to them about?
Today we're going to talk about real protection, some background on me, and just executive protection as a whole. You know, a lot of times you get these false stories, or you get these people who just want to train you or tell you that they know this and know that because they were in the military and all that. I've actually lived it. I've toured with the biggest names in the country, and literally I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt and bought a bag of onions.
Perfect. So you say the big names. Could you tell us first off, who have you worked with in the past?
Well, I was kind of known as, you made it if Big Coco is your bodyguard.
Wow.
I was a lot of people's first bodyguard. So we could start with Ice-T, King T, Queen Latifah, Monica, the singer,
Wow.
Monica Calhoun, the actress,
Tyree.
William Calhoun, the group Shy, Hammer, MC Light. Sometimes I forget so many. Destiny's Child.
Wow.
I was with not only Beyonce, but her father as well.
Wow.
I've been and spent time with Kanye. I was with Kanye in the beginning when he first started winning Grammys and American Music Awards. I spent time with Prince. I was with Prince for more than 5 years. I believe I was actually Prince's favorite bodyguard, believe it or not. I've spent time with people like Natalie Cole, Dick Clark, Patti LaBelle. I mean, I can name names, but the bottom line is, I'm telling the truth. It's not just a story.
So we know, you're certified. You've been around all the big names, but we want to start from the beginning, right? What made Coco step into the bodyguard and protection lane? What started this all?
Well, like I said, I went to Crenshaw High, and there's a lot of talent at Crenshaw High. But as a DJ, I was around a lot of people, and being a DJ kind of lets you see things from the stage point of perspective, where you can see over your crowd, so you can see what's going on. So I was with a group called Uncle Jam's Army, and Uncle Jam's Army used to do concerts with Run DMC and LL and all that. We were the first ones that bring the East Coast acts to LA. And me being a DJ and being one of the guys who actually set up the equipment, I would be able to be on the stage at the Sports Arena, Santa Monica, Convention Center, all these big places. And there was a guy who used to do security for Uncle Jam's Army. His name is Big Wes Crockett, rest in peace. And Big Wes Crockett was the big older brother of Suge Knight. So Wes and Suge Knight had this security company that they formed called The Family. And I used to see them run around the sports arena, knocking dudes out and look like they was having a ball. And I was like, ooh, I want to do that. That looked like fun. But I was a DJ. But I knew I had hands and I wanted to, kind of get in on that. I was like, they're having a good time. So I wanted to do that. So I started doing that. Me being also a football player, I had a little size on me. But when I realized football wasn't for me, because football ain't for everybody, football wasn't for me, I got sent home. I went to the University of Texas, and I got sent home. And when I came back, the dope game was strong. The dope game was so strong that dudes that was on my block didn't have no money, had brand new Cadillacs and Porsches and Benzes and all that. And they saw that I had a little size, and they were like, Coco, why don't you come roll with us? You know, stand by the door, we'll give you $100. I'm like, really? Like, yeah, it's like, we finna go to the mall. We'll buy you something, we got you, just come roll with us. So the dudes that was in the neighborhood that was making money wanted me to roll with them. I started rolling with them. I'm now their bodyguard. They start making money, I start making money. I start building a name for myself. They get into stuff, I get into stuff. I made sure that the right people saw, you know, when it was time for me to do my thing, I made sure the right people saw it, you know, and that word gets out. Literally, I started lifting weights. I got real big. Believe it or not, I became a champion on the bench press. Could nobody see me. You can ask anybody, Black Diamond was my house. I was the California State super heavyweight bench press champion for 6 years. All natural, no drugs, just McDonald's and Twinkies.
So, okay, so now you up, you moving around, you know, you with the dudes with money and they need that protection. You with the big, you know, big dudes in the neighborhood. And you start making a name for yourself by putting hands on people. You get what I'm saying? So tell us a little bit more about that street process that you were in and beginning to move up into, you know what, finally making a decision like, okay, I can do something with this, and turning it and getting everything situated on paper.
Well, the key word in all that is choice. And a lot of these dudes who started out as street hustlers ended up being big time rappers, big time directors, big time movie stars. A lot of them are still on TV to this day. So you go to different award shows, you go to different ceremonies, you go to different shows, and you see different people, but they see you. And believe it or not, rich people are like kids. They want what the other person has. So, like I said before, it got to a point where you know you made it if Coco was your bodyguard. So I had to make sure that I was always on point. So I realized I can't always wear khakis and t-shirts. You know, I had to step my suit game up. I had to step my shirt and tie game up. I had to step my speech up. You know what I mean? Because everything can't be, what's up, homie, da da da, blah, blah, boom, boom, boom. You know, it has to be yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, how can I help you? That's how you make your money. That's how you get your passport stamped.
Being around, you know, the tough guys, and then switching around to, like you said, the more light-skinned type of people. You know, what was that transition like for you? You get what I'm saying?
Well, let's put it like this. In LA, there's a building called the Shrine Auditorium. And in that Shrine Auditorium is where they would have the American Music Awards or the Grammy Awards. The people who were running those type of shows were either a Don Cornelius or a Dick Clark or somebody like that. So if you have a client or you don't have a client, you would go down there to try to get one because you know they're going to be there. So it became who looked the best, who dressed the best, and let's say who spoke the best so you could speak up on a job. So it was times where I would be there with somebody and see somebody else. Like particularly I was there with, rest in peace also, Mr. Marvell. He was the actual operations manager for the Shrine Auditorium. And Marvell would always say, hey, Coco, don't worry about it, man. Somebody around there gonna need you. I'm gonna put you with somebody, don't worry about it. And one day he said, hey man, I need you to go upstairs and watch that door. Dick is in there, he didn't want nobody to bother. No problem. I'll go up the stairs, I'm standing there. Dick Clark opened the door. He said, "Are you my man for the day?" I said, "I got you. Don't worry about nothing," right? Believe it or not, after that, he wanted me to be with him all the time. So that kind of stuff gets you from that to that. You know, believe it or not, I was there 1 year and I didn't have a client. And I saw Johnny Cochran. And I was like, "Johnny, who you got with you?" He was like, "You?" And I was like, "You right, let's roll." And I rode with Johnny for about 2 days after that. And this was during the actual trial when he was doing with the OJ stuff. And after that, I ended up being with him for that. So a lot of times it's about where you are, how you present yourself, and then that will speak for you. Then the work that you do speaks volumes as well. Because if you do your job, everybody's gonna see it. And then they'll say, "Well, who's that guy you had with you during the award show?" You know, "Oh, that was such a, okay, you got his number?" And then your phone starts ringing. So you just have to be prepared and make the right choice.
Okay, that's perfect. So then, you know, you begin to get up on status. Now, you started off street, right? Did you get everything in order? What did you do? On paper, I mean, you know.
Well, you know, as a lot of us youngsters do, we get caught up. And, you know, I ran into this female and, you know, she told me she was pregnant. And, you know, I said, "Oh, I got a baby on the way." So now I really say, okay, I can't be out here wilding out. I got a baby on the way. I gotta do this right. So I literally went back to school. I went to Golden West. I went to Austin College, which were predominant security colleges in LA. And then I learned how to do it the correct way. I learned criminal justice. I learned Homeland Security. I learned California gun laws. I learned powers to arrest. I learned all these things so that if anybody ever questioned me, I could pull out something out of my pocket and say, "I got this, 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 and this." I'm not just a big dude. I'm legal.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about. It's about being legal and things like that, making that certification, right? How did you start to feel, you know, around these big name people? You know, when God started to elevate you, what did that do for you? You know, and what was that path like doing all these different jobs and, you know, having to protect these people, you know?
I started to feel like I was needed. But it can be a real slippery scale because you kind of forget about the people who need you. So my kids were little. When I say kids, meaning that, you know, my son was 3, which was her brother, and I took him on like he was mine and still have been since to this day. But I wasn't able to be there with them because I'm traveling the world, I'm gone. And once you get popular like that, you go from one tour to the other tour. Now when I say tour, that means you get with artists who are singers or rappers, and they tour, they travel the world. They do concerts and shows. So one tour could be, for example, when I jumped on the tour with Hammer. Hammer did 3 or 4 months at a time.
Wow.
At one set of shows, maybe we perform every day, and Hammer would do 3 or 4 months. Then we'd come back home, be home for like a month, and then we'll go again 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
So touring was what I became known as, a touring bodyguard. Meaning that you go on tour, you take Coco with you.
Wow.
You go on tour, you want him with you. You go on tour. So I was always gone. So it made you start feeling like, oh, you know, I'm getting a little respect, but I'm needed and I'm wanted. So I was feeling kind of good about that. Like, okay, I'm cool. All I got to do is keep getting the phone calls.
Right.
But I was neglecting the kids. But they was taken care of. Oh, I can shoot that money back. Like, yeah, you know, come back home and, you know, you're going to be with daddy and we're going to go shopping. But that was it. Now daddy got to go.
Right.
So it makes you, once again, forget about those that need you, but you start feeling real needed and real wanted. So I just had to kind of learned how to balance that out, but it took some years. And I did that for years. I mean, it was to a point sometimes where I would have to get and rent the cheapest place I could find so that I wouldn't be paying for a place that I'm not in. So I literally had to go find a little 1-bedroom place for like $400 a month, somewhere on top of somebody's garage or something, you know, just so I could have a place to stay when I did come home, because I was gone.
Wow.
A lot of times I would stay with people, you know, I would stay with the artists, and I would stay with them, so I didn't have to have a place. You know, so I'm feeling real needed. I'm feeling real happy and comfortable. My pockets is fat, everything's cool, but I was neglecting those that needed me.
All right, so you're speaking on the tour life, right? Now, if somebody wants to get into the tour life like a bodyguard, can you give us, you know, what is that like and how many places have you been?
Well, I will say that the rapper Candyman was a West Coast rapper. Had the song Knocking Boots. Ooh, boy, I love you so.
Yeah.
People laughed at him, but he had a very huge record in Europe. And he was the very first person to take me to Europe. And we spent a month in Germany alone.
Wow.
Just in Germany.
Wow.
You know, so I could say I've been probably around the world maybe 3 times.
Whoa.
I know I've been to Germany 3-4 times, different times. I've been to Germany.
With who?
I've been to Germany with Prince. I've been to Germany with Candyman. I've been to Germany with the group Shy.
Wow.
So, you know, my favorite place I'd have to say is Australia.
Why?
Australia, because it's the farthest place you can go where everybody still speaks English. And believe it or not, some of the best fish you've ever ate in your life.
Wow.
And the females are not bad either. They really treat a big brother nice.
Right.
But once again, you know, this was back.
Way back
Yeah.
then. Right.
So,
way
you
back
know,
then. Right.
yeah.
Right. You married for years
You know,
now, right?
so, you know, that's a huge part of touring, knowing that, you know, you are away from people. So I would suggest, if you are thinking about getting into the bodyguard tour life, that you decide you might want to be single. Just saying. It's healthier, it's safer, and it's smarter. Because it's really rough when you are on that road. You're in them hotels, you're in fancy hotels, you know, and you ain't gonna be around the person you with. You with someone else. Like, I've never been on vacation myself, but I've been to vacation destinations. I've been to Paris, I've been to Hawaii, I've been to real nice places, you know, all over New York and all these different places, all these nice fancy hotels, but I've never been on a vacation myself. I've been on vacation with other people.
Right.
To make sure they're okay. But I've never been on vacation myself. So that part of touring also takes that toll on you as well. You don't get a chance to enjoy yourself just because you in Dubai or you're in so many places. They there to enjoy themselves. Your job is to make sure nothing happens to them while they gone. You know, so touring is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Unfortunately, they don't tour like they used to.
Right.